Hello, I'm Tyson Hutchins. I'm pleased to have the opportunity to review the TCO and ROI approach followed by SBSI, and some brief training on the design and configuration of the Clearview Analyzer. I hope you enjoy the presentation and we look forward to working with you. At the outset, determining a structure to figure out the total cost of all of this can seem complicated. To help you simplify the process, we break down the human capital management area into functional pillars that help us apply a simple-to-use methodology to capture costs. The pillars of HCM leveraged by SBSI to determine cost of ownership are payroll processing, time and labor management, human resource administration, benefits administration, recruiting and onboarding, compensation management, performance management, and learning management. Organizations who engage with SBSI to do a total cost of ownership study are invited to use our proprietary web-based software tool, the Clearview Analyzer. This tool allows us to determine which pillars are in scope and to give access to the appropriate individuals within your organization who can provide the necessary information to complete the study. A first logical step is to determine who needs to be involved in the study. This is what we typically see. Because payroll processing and time and labor management are so closely connected, generally the payroll manager is a good candidate to own these surveys, as they generally have a great idea of what is involved in the payroll process and the way time and labor files are submitted and loaded for payroll processing. Depending on the size of your organization and the depth of the resources involved, it's quite possible that one individual wears many hats that are involved in human resource related pillars. In smaller organizations, the same HR resource may be best suited to handle the performance management pillar, compensation pillar, recruiting and onboarding pillar, and the learning pillar. In larger organizations, it's quite possible that there are specific individuals such as a compensation manager, recruiting manager, training manager, etc. In such cases, these individuals should be assigned to these pillars. For the benefits pillar, it is best to assign the benefits administrator or benefits manager. In all surveys, there are some technical questions about IT support and IT-related costs. It is a good idea to have the IT director or manager involved to help support these areas. There is also a general information survey that helps us gather basic information about the organization, such as number of employees, average rates of pay, breakout of the human capital budget, facility costs, and corporate overhead exchange costs. It is generally very helpful if a representative from the finance team is involved to help gather these costs. Best candidates are generally the corporate controller or assistant controller. The payroll manager usually owns the survey because they can usually get the necessary employee counts and average rates from the existing payroll system. The second logical step is to determine the scope of the project. The Clearview Analyzer has the ability to configure the HCM study, including a single pillar, all pillars, or any combination of pillars. For example, we could do a study that simply looks at payroll and time and labor. We could do a study on a single pillar, such as benefits administration. We configure the analyzer according to your direction on how you wish to approach the evaluation. In order to set up the study, we simply need an email that provides the following information: pillar, name, email, job title or position, and which surveys they need access to. Now let's talk about total cost of ownership study structure and the methodology leveraged to determine total costs. SBSI has conducted hundreds of studies in every industry sector. We have leveraged a consistent methodology to collect costs, which gives us a robust and consistent database for benchmarking. To collect total costs, we apply this common methodology that gives us the necessary elements of cost to project a comprehensive TCO. The elements of costs we collect are processing labor, HR and payroll resources involved in doing the work in the area, processing non-labor, department budgets, facility costs, and overhead costs, maintenance labor, IT labor required to support a given area, maintenance non-labor, the IT costs of sustaining applications in-house, and the budget allocation, facility costs, and overhead costs of IT labor. Outsourcing fees, costs of services in each area such as W-2s, tax filing, garnishment administration, COBRA, 401k administration, drug and background screening, etc. Field labor, the costs of managers and employees invested in HCM activities. Once all costs are collected, SBSI produces a report that can be shared with your organization. The report clearly articulates the purpose of the study, provides costs by element of cost area, a breakdown of costs by pillar, and a high-level benchmark comparison of your per employee, per year costs compared to 3 benchmark levels: organizations of a similar size, organizations of similar industry code, and organizations leveraging the same technology platform in a given area. We also provide a per pillar breakdown of cost elements per area, and we benchmark at the element of cost level the per employee per year cost of those elements compared to the same 3 benchmarks: size, industry code, and platform being used. As a final point, SBSI, through the same framework of the Clearview Analyzer, can automatically migrate your total cost data into ROI builders for each pillar. We align with your vendor to obtain price data of ongoing costs, implementation, and training. We then work with them to configure the ROI builders and provide a detailed, customized ROI report, which can then be leveraged into a business case project justification document.